alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear employees. Today, Majlis is glad and privileged to be a part of this marvelous event, which is the 15th GCC National Drilling Contractors Forum. Today, we'll be interviewing the leading personnel of this event, where we get to know them more and share their ideas with us. So tune in and thank you very much. معنا الأستاذ فهد الأحبابي من شركة Gulf Drilling International. كيف الحال الأستاذ؟
الله يبارك فيك، الله يعطيك العافية.
شو أخبارك أنت تمام؟
أبشرك الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Can you please introduce yourself to us and talk to us about yourself?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity to have this interview. My name is Fahad Al-Ahbabi. I'm the commercial manager working for Gulf Drilling International Company.
Okay. That's great, and welcome for this event. It's a really great event to have you guys here.
Thank you.
And I want to ask you, what do you think of this event in general?
To be honest, it's a very excellent event to get together with the drilling contractors of the Gulf countries. And this event, it is a platform where everybody can meet, exchange their ideas, and of course share their information and start from where the others have stopped.
That's good, where we have some learnings and
exactly.
some kind of mutual
Exactly. And the good thing about it is also that we share the information where all of us can gain from this experience. That's and of course it enhances individuals and of course the group as well.
Great. Inshallah, much better efforts and much better growth.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And how do you see the growth of this event and the future of this event?
I was discussing with the colleagues just a while ago, and we've been. Somebody was remembering it was an idea where it started from 2010, and now we're talking about the 15th. Of the GCC drilling contractors, and this is now almost 7 years going successfully. And of course, alhamdulillah, I know that we have gained a lot from the brothers' experiences, and of course we have also shared our own experiences with them, and I find that it's going to the right direction.
I see, inshallah. We are very privileged and honored to have you here, Mr. Fahad.
The privilege is mine.
And thank you very much for your time.
Most welcome.
And have a good day.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
We have here Mr. Abdullah Swedi from MDC. Welcome, Mr. Abdullah.
Welcome.
How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. I'm happy to be with you in Majlis.
We are privileged to have you and honored to have you here in this part of the interview. As a start, can you brief us about yourself, please?
Okay, my name is Abdullah Saeed Swedi, the Chief Executive Officer of NDC, National Drilling Company in Abu Dhabi, which is part of ADNOC Group of Companies.
Okay, very well. Actually, we know that you are one of the main founders of this event. And can you explain to us how did this idea start?
Okay, very briefly, how this started. Actually, I was before in the operating company side, not in the drilling contractor side.
Okay.
I used to work in Abu Dhabi in both ADCO and ADMA. And in those companies, we used to have a gathering in the GCC countries with like PDO, Aramco, Qatar Petroleum, KPC in Kuwait. So we used to, have this big gathering under the GCC umbrella, national companies, oil companies, for many years. When I moved to the drilling contractor side, I tried to find if there is any kind of forum that brings the drilling contractors and the GCC together. I found there is no any forum. So the idea started that why not we establish something. That was in 2010. So I did some research to see who's available as national drilling companies in the GCC, and I talked to them one by one over the phone and established friendship with them. And most of the colleagues welcomed the idea and they loved it. So we started from there. We charted a protocol, and then we agreed on the first meeting that took place actually in Abu Dhabi. We hosted that first meeting in 2010. And we got together, and people, they were very excited. And of course, the companies are Abraj in Oman,
Yes.
Arabian Drilling Company, ADC in Saudi Arabia,
Yes.
KDC, Kuwait Drilling Company in Kuwait,
Yeah.
and GDI, Gulf Drilling International in Qatar, and then, of course, NDC in Abu Dhabi, part of ADNOC. So this group of companies, we had that first meeting, and we agreed that we will have 2 meetings every year, and we will agree jointly together on the topics that need to be shared and exchanged. And we encourage, or we will, that part of the protocol, really to encourage and ensure that the nationals of the GCC countries are given the highest opportunity to come and share and be part of this big gathering. And the CEOs have to be there. So this is the start, how it started.
It was a very great initiative from your side, and hopefully it's actually progressing very well so far, and is going according to what you imagined.
Well, it was an idea at that time, but really the momentum and the achievements is due to the whole GCC countries. Somebody have to start it, but at the end, the success will depends on the group,
Yes.
not one person. So really, I give appreciation and due to all the CEOs of the GCC companies. Some of them still with us, like Mr. Abdullah Al-Hadi in Abraj, and some of them already changed in some other companies, because now 2010, it's almost 7 years now. This is meeting number 15 now. So, but we give credit to all of them. It was really an interesting and a very useful and beneficial journey of getting together. Abraj, really a big appreciation to Abraj. Abraj from the start have been, an excellent supporter, and always in the forefront of making sure that this forum, stays alive and always, goes up and deliver high performance.
MashaAllah, inshallah, many years to come.
Inshallah.
And according to the topics, is there any topic have been actually brought up again to actually see the difference between the first time it was brought up to the second time? Is there some kind of measuring tool that you see that there is some kind of effectiveness?
Yeah, of course. How it goes, in every meeting, the CEOs and the attendees will discuss what are the hot topics that they are facing and they would like to exchange on. So if you look at 15 meetings, and in every meeting 2 or 3 presentations, that's almost 40 topics have been covered. Now, some of them have been repeated actually due to the importance. So after 2-3 years, maybe maintenance will come back again, or HSE subject will come back again. People want to see the improvement, the development in that area.
Yeah.
Now, the benefits, if you ask any of the members and any of the CEOs or any of the attendees, including myself, we can see the huge benefit. Because, if you sit in isolation, you don't benchmark yourself, you'll never learn and you'll never grow. Actually, all the improvements that we have done and the growth that we have done in all the companies, all of them, they say the same, that we have learned a lot, and we take it always back to our companies, and we start, applying these best practices.
That's good. That's the main aim. Yes.
Yeah, it's very competitive environment. We are contractors working with the operating companies. We are part of the market, part of the world. So competition is always there. To be competitive, to have the edge, you need to know the best practices, and you need always to change and innovate and adapt, and go up. And that has to be through learning, through finding the best practices wherever they are. And this forum really is one of the best opportunities. It's an excellent opportunity because it is really a group of companies who have similarities,
Sure.
a group of companies who have national interests in the GCC, so they have that kind of openness. They are not really competing against each other in that negative way.
They have a similar aim.
Similar aim. They all want to help each other, part of the GCC cooperation, let's say, GCC Council. So everybody wants to help. Everybody wants to learn and help the others. Help others in means of exchanging visits. Not only meetings that we have, formal meetings every 6 months. We also have, we have visits. We encourage the visits. So during the year, people will agree together to go and visit. They see a good practice in one company. They say, okay, we would like to visit you, please, on that subject, if you don't mind.
Yes.
We had several visits. We made several visits to the GCC countries because of this meeting. So people, they see something good in maintenance in one company, they will visit the company, they will send a team, and they'll spend 2-3 days there. And they'll dig deeper and deeper to get that best practice, in addition to the presentation that they have seen.
Very good. Sharing the knowledge is the best way to move forward.
Right. And every kind of forum, it has its, advantages.
Yes.
For example, the big conferences, they have advantages. You see huge companies there, but this smaller gathering, it has another advantage. We can come very, very close and focus on a subject.
Sure.
And really go in very much details to exchange the best practices and dig very deep. And then if we need to follow up with a visit, we follow up with a visit. Now, other benefits also we have achieved through this cooperation and forum, not only the presentations and not only the visits, cross visits. We also have done kind of workshops with the big equipment manufacturers, OEMs.
Okay.
And that happened because of this meeting. For example, in this meeting, we agree that we have an issue or an area we need to address with a certain big manufacturer, international company. And then instead of each company meeting with them separately, we agreed to hold a big workshop. All of us, the GCC countries, we will have a meeting with that company, OEM manufacturer,
yes,
to address the concerns of all the GCC companies. We have done that with, to my knowledge, 2 or 3 big of these companies. I will not mention the names, but the workshops have been held, one in Kuwait, one in Oman, actually hosted by Abraj.
Yeah.
And everybody came out of that meeting very happy because that manufacturer have seen the power of the GCC companies coming together, having the same objective, and requesting help and dealing with the OEM, the manufacturer, to make the improvement and solve the issues and move forward with the, as a leverage. We had a big leverage together as a group of GCC companies.
That's actually great to unify the concept and the standard between the companies, which is very good. Mr. Abdullah,
yes,
thank you a lot for your time. We're very much honored and privileged to have you here. And hopefully you can enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy the event.
I'm very happy to be today in Oman, and to really I appreciate, big appreciation to Abraj for hosting this meeting today. And I thank also Al Majlis group for the social networking.
Yeah.
And we are very happy to be in Oman and for the hospitality and the great opportunity that we have today. We will always be supportive of this forum, we'll be supportive of the group, and we'll continue, inshallah, to cooperate and learn from each other.
Inshallah, for many years, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Shukran, shukran.
How is the concept of civil reporting last year and say, didn't get it?
Hello everyone, we have Mr. Abdul Fattah Al-Muhalhal from KDC. Welcome Mr. Abdul Fattah. How are you doing today?
My pleasure, thank you. I'm good.
Actually, Mr. Abdul Fattah, can you actually talk about yourself for a bit so you can brief us about yourself?
Well, my name is Abdul Fattah Ramadan Al-Muhalhal. Originally I'm from Tripoli, Libya. I joined KDC a year ago in the capacity of technical manager. My previous experience again was an operations manager in a drilling contractor by a company owned by the AWAPEC member states, that's the Arab oil exporting countries.
Okay.
Predominantly initially operating in Libya. We operated in Iraq in the 90s and in Syria, but predominantly Libya. Joined recently KDC, as I've stated in the beginning of this interview, exactly 13 months ago.
Okay, that's good. So it's good that we have a chance to get to meet you over here and ask you about this event. So basically, what do you think, how the event progressed so far?
This is my second time to attend such an event. I was in the 14th GCC conference back in Kuwait 6 months ago. And I found these conferences quite beneficial for the drilling contractors, especially in the region, to share their experiences, evaluate performances. It's really beneficial to each company in the region, especially like having a consortium, sharing ideas from each other, experience how we operate, how we hire people. I think it's very, very valuable meeting. Hopefully that continues, even to have some side meetings, not necessarily at the full scope of the attendees, but at least between departments in each other, say HSCs, personnel, administration, operations. I'm sure we can learn a lot from each other.
Inshallah, it can actually that happen. So basically, I wanted to ask you, how do you think it can grow in future? How do you see it in future and how it can grow?
As I've stated, this event is being held once every 6 months at that level. I would like it to incorporate direct communication, say, through the HSC departments and operational departments, or whatever departments, to share ideas. So the way I see it growing is to capitalize on experiences and lessons learned, be it on the operational level, or the HSC, or even from procurement.
Yes.
We're having sometimes problems with some of the products that we buy that a company, say in Oman, like Abraj or NDC in Dubai, they don't know the problem I had. So when we share these experiences, we can save money.
It's great, actually. So basically, I understand if we had a better network and better communication between us in terms, it doesn't have to be in terms of meetings, it can be just simpler, easier communication, that even the smaller learnings can be shared faster and easier.
Exactly, exactly. It's communication, it's sharing experiences online or through phone calls, you know. I think it's quite productive. It's really good. Visits also, on and off visits to each other.
Yes.
I'm sure we can learn a lot, especially on our technical guys. I'm sure you guys in here do good rig moves.
Yeah.
So I believe this is an opportunity for the rest of us to come here and learn how you guys do it, for example. Each country is different. If you know, the operator sometimes dictates what you do during a rig move and what's not.
Yep.
So that's why sharing, you can capitalize on, be it on, you know, on the financial aspects, or on the safety aspects, especially during rig moves. So
talking about rig moves, actually we have one of the projects that we're actually taking, we're making a video about the rig move itself, so it can be learned technically and also commercially. It can be shared around. So maybe you can even have a look at that one. We're actually working on that right now. So
looking forward to receive my copy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Sure.
much, and thanks for your time.
Anytime.
And hope you can enjoy the rest of the day.
Definitely, I
and
will.
It's been honor and privilege for us to actually have you here.
Oh, the honor is mine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Allah Barak.
We have Abdullah Al-Hadi, our acting CEO of Abraj. Mr. Abdullah, it was a privilege and honor to have to be the host of this event today. And can you talk to us about the event itself and how did it actually start?
Well, it started almost 7 years back when Abdullah Suwaidi, the CEO of NDC,
Yes.
started communicating with all the national drilling companies in about having a group meeting regularly and then discussing issues or topics that concern of all of us. And it's still happening.
Great. Hopefully for many years to come also.
Inshallah.
So now we understand how it started. Now, how do you think it should grow and how do you think it can become bigger?
Well, the idea is that we involve in companies which are have a very close agenda, and most of them are national companies. So, in terms of number of companies that can grow with this form, most likely it is not possible. It's a limited group, have a limited agendas. Now, in terms of topic, maybe we can grow the topic, we can change the form rather than having it half a day, maybe one full day or 2 days. That's possible in the future.
So it can grow, not necessarily it grows in the number of companies that's joining, but it can grow in terms of events and in terms of commitments between each other and all that.
Indeed.
And if there is a chance or there is a way that you suggest that there is some kind of changes can be done to the topics or the agenda of this event?
Yeah. Well, at the moment, most of the topics are agreed in advance, and we had work the whole year to prepare for it. And the idea is knowledge sharing between different companies. Now, one of the issues that one of the things we discussed before, that whether we don't have one topic, like a free topic, each company can, well, it's an interest for that company and need to share without really having that everybody have to present the same topic. At the moment, the way we do it is that the same presentation on the same topic is repeated by each of the company in order for us to compare ourselves and seeing what's different, how is things done with other companies, and what we can learn from it different than the way we do it. But also, there is a possibility that with the future we might include one topic free of choice, so people can choose whatever it is seen very important for the company and would like to share it with the group for more for better sharing.
Great. And last but not least, is there a chance of easier communication in the future? It doesn't have to be an actual event of meeting. Is there a chance of that in the future?
Well, it actually happened. This gathering is only a media that people can know each other, but then they supposed also to keep the communications, and not to stop it at the event itself.
So we have the networking.
Yes. And it has already happened because last year we sent our team, the maintenance team, to NDSC. We have looked into the SCP maintenance system and compared to us, and we see what they have to setting things differently that we struggled before, and we learn from them and we change our system accordingly. So it is happening. NDSC also last year came to us and visit the way we do remote, because we have been seen like we are top-notch in rig moving, and they took the learning, the way we manage rig move, and they took the learning out of it. So it is happening, and this such of communication and meetings outside the farm itself, it is happening. 2 years back also we hosted a workshop here just for discussing the truck drive issue among all the companies. Everybody come, and we invited the OEM. So we, as a group, we challenge into what is the problem we have with the equipment, and it works very well.
It's great to enhance the networking between the companies. Mr. Abdullah Al-Hadi, thank you for your time. We're honored to have you here, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the